Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. And today is yet another Monday, so that means we're going to be continuing Kaguya-Sama Love is War, Queen of Thieves, What If Shirogane Was Spider-Man, Season 1, Part 2. As always, if you are new to the channel or if you're a regular and like what we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that has to come out now and in the future. When we last left off with the beginning of this series, we established the universe of Kaguya-Sama Love is War. However, in this universe, Miyuki Shirogane finds himself in the role of being the one and only Spider-Man. However, things don't always go as he's expected. Between juggling his life as a superhero and a high school student, on top of that being the student council president of a very pristine and established academy, safe to say his life is anything but easy. Despite every criminal he's managed to catch, there's still one that eludes him. One that is the bane of his existence, but secretly also the one of his affection. That being in Kaguya Shinomiya, aka the Black Cat of Crime. However, what will they do as the hero and villain's paths continue to cross in the spiraling world that is Kaguya-Sama? In other words, stay tuned as we now continue the story. As always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Miyuki Shirogane, aka the Spider-Man, rode his bike onto campus grounds, yawning early in the morning as he could hear loud screaming coming from the entranceway of the school. What could be going on this early in the morning? Does anyone else know about the concept of sleep? When you're a superhero and you do nighttime patrols on top of sneaking out of class whenever possible to deal with criminals during the daytime, you often don't get to have as much sleep as you would have hoped to. And the last thing you want to hear is someone yelling at the crack ass of dawn. Extra, extra, read all about it from the New Day Tokyo Bugle. Mass menace strikes again. Over $2.4 million worth of emeralds stolen. The spider and the cat end up getting away at the scene of the crime. What the hell? Give me that. Shirogane would steal the newspaper seeing it. The headline reads, "The Spider Menace Strikes Again." Is he in collusion with the Black Cat? Or is there a secret that needs to be uncovered? Does this connect to the criminal underground of Japan? How long will the people tolerate all of the lies and the secrecy that's being hidden from the authorities? Who the hell published this? Signed by the head of the student newspaper committee, Junpei Jonah Jameson. Shirogane quickly stormed into his office as the young student was quickly bossing around all of his juniors as they were getting out that morning's news press. So what, you want a cookie? Go on, go, get. The last thing I want is to just mess around and waste time. As far as I'm concerned, you're not getting another bonus until I get another picture of the web crawler, you understand me? Yes, sir. A student wearing some round-lensed glasses, carrying his camera, would quickly storm out as Shirogane walked past him. Junpei, what's the meaning of this so early in the morning? This article? A menace? Come on, you know you're not supposed to print slander. Slander? I resent that. And look here, student council president. You may be the leader when it comes to the academics and to the overall integral part of this school. But when it comes to the news, there's no one better than me. JJJ, Junpei Jonah Jameson. And it's up to me to expose the truth that the big masses and those in higher up powers refuse to have acknowledged. And what's that? That Spider-Man is a criminal and a menace to our society. You see, the reason why Junpei is like this is because he grew up in a household that was really heavily influenced by the news, his father being the head of the Tokyo Bugle. This is Tokyo Bugle Jr., or the Shushin Academy News, so to speak. And his father Well, let's just say he has a tiny mustache, slicked back hair, and he's not very fond of Spider-Man. And his son, well, he follows suit, but you get the idea. You have no idea what's going on, Shirogane would say. You can't just go around printing stuff when you don't know the facts. I do know the facts, but it's time for the people to know the facts. It's time for the people to be exposed to the truth. The truth? Yes. It's the truth that sets you free, President. It's the truth that makes the world go round. I am not going to be one of those blind sheep that just follow around and do as he's told. What exactly do you want? Haven't you been listening? I want answers. Answers? I want the facts. The facts? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Huh? Huh? You know what? Forget about it. I'm out of here. Shirogane would simply sigh as he stormed off to the club room, as Yu Ishigami would be walking close behind. Wow, way to stay undercover, boss. Ishigami? Where have you been? It's like you haven't been around for multiple episodes at a time. Episodes? Forget about it. What are you doing? I have the reports for this month's financial advisory. This is Yu Ishigami, the treasurer of Shushin Academy Student Council. He's a recluse, a gamer, a loner, often keeps to himself, but he's also the man in the chair. You see, out of everyone in this school, there are a few who are exceptional at doing the incredible of things. Just how Chika Fujiwara was able to deduce that Kaguya was the black cat, and as such supports her subtly from the side, Yu Ishigami was able to detect that, well, Shirogane was the Spider-Man. You could say it's one of those things where I call it the fourth wall sense. What does that mean? Well, it's simple. It's when 99% of everyone around you are so dumb or so blinded by their own lives and idiocracies that they fail to take note of the simplest of things. However, you can always count on that 1%, that random 1%, that chance encounter with the one person that sees through the lies and the veil of everything around them, and they're able to see the truth. However, usually these people can only see and figure out one thing, so they're pretty clueless on everything else. So, in a way of speaking, it's not impossible for Ishigami to figure out that Shirogane is Spider-Man, but Chika would have a hard time doing it. Vice versa, Ishigami, because he's scared of Kaguya and fears being in her presence, he turns a blind eye to a lot of the dumb things or a lot of the suspicious things that she does. Therefore, he would never be able to figure out that she's the black cat. However, Chika Fujiwara, who's best friends with Kaguya and studies her like an open book, would be able to figure it out. There, now back to the story. Also, we need to talk with the new member of the student council. We just had her sign on. She's gonna be the historian. The transfer girl? Yeah, she should be waiting in there for us now. A girl with long, flowing black hair, with shining emerald eyes and with tan skin, wearing the new Shunshin Academy sweater, would stand and bow in attention as the two walked in. Hi, my name is Eva Ayala. It's nice to meet you. Hello, Eva Ayala, Shirogane would say. I'm Miyuki Shirogane, and this is Yu Ishigami. So, I hear you're going to be our new historian. The last one, well, we haven't really had one in a while now, and the role needed to be filled, and we see that you really got a thing for history and culture. I'm sure you'll do us proud. Yes, thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be a part of this team. Good morning, Mr. President, Kaguya would say. Hey guys, Chika Fujiwara added as she joined in. I take it you're Kaguya Shinomiya? Yes, I am. Vice President of the Student Council. Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Chika Fujiwara, and I am the Secretary. How you doing? Hi, nice to meet you. It's so nice to have another girl here. It really adds to the overall balance and aesthetic of things. Don't you mean in your favor, you would say? I mean, we're outnumbered now 3-2. Oh, come on, Ishigami, don't worry about such things. In either case, shall you get settled in? Yes, thank you. With that, the student council presidency now found itself with yet another member, as Shirogane had to try to balance out all of the club members as well as everything else that was going on in the school. Thankfully, by 1 p.m. that day, Dr. Otto Octavius had returned back to his class to administer that exam. I knew he'd get out in time. How long till he commits another crime, Ishigami would say. Who knows, but I'll be there to stop him. Spider-Man. I'll get him one day. I'll wrap my tentacles around his neck, and I'm gonna wring his head. Professor? Yes. What is it? Oh, it seems you made an error here at number... I don't make errors! The doctor would quickly look over the piece of paper. Carry the 2, carry the... Oh, it appears I have made an error. No matter. Hey, kid, the doctor would ask, are you eating something? Oh yeah, I got this piece of chocolate from my girlfriend. And how is it? Oh, well, it's a highly delectable... Oop! No eating in my classroom! And with that, the student was quickly flung out the window and landed into a tree to basically distract from everyone that the teacher had made a mistake. In either case, Shirogane had, other matters to deal with. On top of trying to catch the black cat, there were also other superpowered criminals that were, starting to become a bit of an annoyance. It was happening all throughout the week, too. He had no idea where they were coming from. There was some guy named the Shocker on a Monday, a guy named the Vulture on a Tuesday, some large guy named the Rhino on a Wednesday. Then he had to deal with some face-stealing chameleon on a Thursday. And then to round everything out on Friday, he then had to deal with someone called Electro. It was like they were just villains of the week. Just running around, being caught, being released from jail, being caught, being released from jail. It was a never-ending cycle over and over again until eventually Shirogane felt like he was suffering burnout. And to make matters worse, the exams for the school were going to be coming up. The exams that were the claim to fame for the president. It was because he had managed to stand on top for the last 3 years running that he had the admiration of everyone around him. I need to cram for exams, Shirogane would think. There's no way I can lose my spot. I've come too far to stop now. But while Shirogane was dealing with these trials and tribulations, how about our nefarious black cat? Well, Kaguya was back at home, as she was relaxing in the bath with her attendant by her side. Yasuka Sable, daughter of the famed Silver Sable of the Silver Sable family. The Sables and the Shinomiyas have been close friends for generations now, so it's never uncommon to see one with the other. And I, who had been hired to be the attendant and guardian of Kaguya, and to serve her, basically worked in that regard. You seem to be tense, milady. Is everything all right? It's fine. I'm just trying to plan the next mission. Well, there's a supply of rubies that's coming in from Africa in a few weeks. Would you like to give it a look over? Yes, the blood rubies. They sound like they could fetch me a good worth. Or I could always take a chance and try hitting another art gala. The security has been highly intensified since your last caper. I don't think it would go as easy for you as you think. Also, your idea of trying to hire a bunch of criminals to tire out the Spider-Man, it seems to be paying off. He got really sloppy and sluggish after dealing with Electro. I see. I'll make sure that they're all compensated well for going up against him. I just need to make sure he's not at 100% when I have my next caper. Is that the only thing on your mind? Well, I did that thing with my nails and the president noticed. He did! He really did! I can't believe it! He actually noticed me! I mean, of course he would notice me. After all, I am the ire of his affections. It's only natural that he would pay attention to my beauty and charm. But still, I can't believe it! He actually acknowledged me! I'm so happy! I'm so glad you are. But you'll never get anywhere if you stay the way you are now. I'll never get anywhere until I'm free. You know how Daddy is. He'd never accept me dating someone like the president, even if he tries really hard. The only way I can ever be with him is if I buy my freedom from this family. And the only way I can do that is to get the funds needed. Yes, the 50 million. Even still, with where you're at right now, it's going to take some time for you to get there. I mean, you can only rob so many art galas and jewelry stores and other shipments of expensive goods. And you're doing this on the pretense that you're not going to get caught a single time. Of course I'm not. I'm doing this for love, after all. For my future. For it to be a reality, I have to be able to overcome. I have to be able to get out of my family. And I won't let anyone stop me. Especially that spider freak. Junpei's right. He is a menace. You know, that review didn't talk so glowingly of you either. It doesn't matter. Once I've bought my freedom, the black cat dies once and for all. I see. I do wonder what the future will hold for you once you're free to do as you wish. Who knows? Maybe I can finally pursue some of my own passions and crafts. And what might those be? To be honest, I don't really know. But I'll have my whole life to figure out. I'll have my freedom, and I'll have the president wrapped around my fingers. I see. So not only are you going to beat the spider, but you're also going to beat the president? But of course. After all, I am a Shinomiya. Shinomiyas don't sell for anything. And it starts with the exams. I am going to take first place in the school. And she thought she came close, second place, for the fourth time in a row, as the announcements of the scores were given out to the entire school. President, you did so good. You should be proud of yourself. Honestly, I probably came really close to slipping up this time around. At this point, maybe I'm just getting lucky. Is that what it's like to be at the top? The president walked somberly to the boys' bathroom, locking himself in a stall. Oh, don't misunderstand. He was not sad in the slightest. He just didn't want to rub it in Shinomiya's face. Oh no, with all the bull he was going through this week, the fact that he had managed to catch all 5 criminals and he had managed to get top scores in the school, he just went into the bathroom stall to celebrate. Oh, hell yeah! Yes! Who's on top? Who's on top? Menace who? Menace who? Menace what? Menace I don't think so. That's right. Me, Miyuki Shirogane, Spider-Man, a.k.a. baddest hero in Japan, a.k.a. top student of Shushin Academy, a.k.a. I am that boy, I am that hero, I am him. Yes. Woo! Let's go! And in the meantime, there were other students who weren't doing so hot. Namely in the form of Chika Fujiwara and Yu Ishigami. But those are stories best left for another day. In the meantime, we do need to go over one thing though. That was on the night of the heist. Kaguya had decided to go for the rubies, and as such, she was going to be hitting the convoy. Why wait until they were in the vault when you could just, rob the truck? It was supposed to be so simple, so easy. So much so that she didn't really take too much into account. She rode on a motorcycle into the night, driving close to the truck right beside it as she jumped onto the back. As the doors were flung open, the security guards that were inside were easily dispatched of as she looked into the round safe, quickly cracking through the code before getting her hands on the rubies. And you're finally mine. I don't think so. Standing at the back of the truck was none other than Spider-Man. Give it up, Cat. You got nowhere to run. That's what you think. But tell me, how many times are we going to go through this song and dance? How many times do I have to embarrass? Quickly, she was dispatched as she was webbed up to the backside of the wall. Don't even try it. I have specially made earmuffs embedded into my mask. You're not going to be using high-pitched sounds to get to me this time. I told you. You had no way of getting out. It's over. I can't get to my knife and my claws. I can't get out of the webbing. No, it can't end like this. Stand aside, Spider. There was another voice inside of the truck as he turned to see a woman dressed in silver body armor with her face being obscured. You see, Yasuka also used a special hairspray that changed the color of her hair. However, her natural hair color was silver, not the blonde she pretended to have. So in her natural state, she too was, unrecognizable. And who are you, her accomplice? I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to ask that you release my master. I won't ask you again. Come on, I caught her. What makes you think I can't beat you? Oh! Before he knew it, he found himself being taken to the ground as Yasuka would help free the black cat. The next thing he knew, he found himself in a 2-on-1 situation. Despite having the superior strength, the two girls were impressive as a duo. As they ended up jumping back onto their motorcycles and exiting, Spider-Man would quickly give chase through the city, attempting to capture the two cat burglars of sorts. The black cat and, I guess you could call this one the silver cat? The cat twins? Not another one. He quickly chased them all throughout the streets, not attempting to let them get away so easily. However, the one in silver was definitely a lot more aggressive. The girl wasn't afraid to use guns. It was supposed to be next to impossible to get a gun in Japan. How the hell did she get access to a gun? Even Kaguya was a bit off-put by this. She wasn't the one that, liked the idea of murder. But in the end, Hayasuka would tell her ward not to worry. If anyone was going to be catching a body tonight, it was going to be her. And safe to say, she came pretty close a few times. If they're going this far just to escape, I can't hold back any longer. Of course, there were never-ending shocks, twists, and turns, and that came in the form of yet another feline-themed individual that came running through the streets chasing towards the two motorcyclists. What the hell? Another cat? Well, to be more specific, she kind of looks like a tiger, but still. As Spider-Man landed onto the ground, along with the three other girls, now he had to try to make sense of everything. Oh, what? Are you guys just a trio of cats? She's not with us, the silver and black cat would say. What the? Then whose side are you on? Isn't it obvious, Spidey? I'm on yours. Now come on, let's take these guys down. Okay. Let's do it. We need to back away, lady. We can't take on the two of them. Huh? Are you sure? I mean, the spider maybe, but this one, she's definitely not someone to be taken lightly. What's our best plan of escape? Follow my lead. The 2-on-2 battle would begin into the streets, Spider-Man dealing with the black cat, while the white tiger would deal with the silver cat. The crowds watching on as they flipped and jumped all across the streets itself, from light post to building. It seemed like a never-ending ping-pong cycle as they went on and on. Eventually, the opening that Ayasuka had spoken of would occur. Waiting at the last moment, she would throw a smoke grenade onto the ground, obscuring their vision long enough for the two girls to sneak into the sewer tunnels underground. Once they did so, they would quickly make their way through. By the time White Tiger and Spider-Man realized what had happened, and by the time they had followed, it seemed like the two girls had seemingly vanished. Keyword being seemingly. They were still in there. And it's safe to say they were going to be smelling like rotting garbage for who knows how long. As the two heroes would make their escape, jumping onto a rooftop to avoid being followed, now things were getting interesting. I didn't know I was going to have another superhero out here, Spider-Man would say. Well, I'm new to town, so, seemed like you were having a hard time with that cat. Thought maybe I could even the odds a bit. Well, while you are appreciated, it's nothing to be concerned about. I can handle it. Oh, I'm sure. You've been running ragged, Spider. I've seen you. You're going to need my help if you're going to keep this town safe. And if you're going to bring them in. Look, it's nothing to concern yourself with. I appreciate the help, and if you want to do good for the city, I'm all for it. But the black cat, she's mine, so no need to worry. Yeah, I wasn't really asking for permission. Wait, what? Before he had a chance to respond, Spider-Man found himself laying on his back, with the white tiger looming over him. Don't worry about it, Tiger. From now on, you're not alone. What? And just as quickly, she was gone. As Spider-Man sat there, wondering, with all these new players coming into town, how was he going to be able to wade through this storm that was starting to brew? Safe to say, things were not going to get easier from here. The results of today's battle: White Tiger wins. And as far as personal hygiene goes, Silver and Black Cat, they lose. Earlier into the next day. Yo, why does it smell like fish? Shut it, Ishigami! Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. This concludes Kaguya-Sama Love is War, Queen of Thieves, What If Shirogane Was Spider-Man, Season 1, Part 2. As always, if you enjoyed today's video and everything else that we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that's to come out now and in the future. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video as we continue Kill la Kill, The Web of Life. What if Spider-Gwen was in Kill la Kill Part 2? But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. Signing off, and I'll see you next time.